Hello folks, how you doing? This is Miguel from the Embargo Man, folks, and I am talking to you about issues that is going on and Comicon, right? Okay, talking about Comicon, right? I'm just saying, I remember if you can see my last video on my last video is on M&Ms, right? But, or saying that I'm saying, well, editing and all this stuff when I'm talking about Ariel and talking about Ariel, I mean the Little Mermaid, right? So people thinking about Not My Ariel hashtag people. Alright, to the Not My Ariel hashtag people, right? You know, if I could agree with you, just chill out with that, right? I know that I was bothered when Jim Carrey took the role of being Dr. Robotnik on the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. When Jim Carrey took the role of Dr. Robotnik on the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I was quite bothersome, right? Because I think even Danny DeVito could play the role, or what else makes perfect sense? John Goodman could play Dr. Robotnik. And probably Jeffrey Jones, right? Jeffrey Jones as Dr. Robotnik is one thing, right? Well, it's most likely just because they're huge, right? Or, huge like in fat, right? Because Dr. Robotnik is true to the original character, mean, fat, and probably a redhead, right? So, yeah, if they have done a bit of CGI to make Jim Carrey fat, well, yeah, to go exactly to the source material, right? Then I have no problem, right? But then, after all, they didn't hire John Goodman as Dr. Robotnik, so that's where I give a rat's ass, right? They didn't hire John Goodman nor Danny DeVito to play Dr. Robotnik. I gave a rat's ass. Teddy Ruxpin gave a rat's ass about who's gonna play Dr. Robotnik, right? So back then, if you could remember Batman, back then I wasn't even born yet. I wasn't my dad's nutsack, right? That was back then in the 1960s. Who gave a rat's ass about Eartha Kitt playing Catwoman before Julie Newmar played Catwoman for 2 seasons, right? Who gave a rat's ass, right? There was no hashtag that says Not My Catwoman or none of that bullshit, right? So that was the first character, like I said in my video is gonna come up. That was the first character that they whitewash, blackwash, or whatever they call it. But that was the first character that they ethnic swap in Batman. The Batman TV shows from the 1960s. Remember? Yeah, that one, right? Catwoman was the first one, and then people saying, oh yeah, and people didn't The internet wasn't available to the public, so there was no hashtag nor people going out in studios saying hashtag not my Catwoman or whatever. Why? Because they decided, you know what? Let's choose Eartha Kitt to play Catwoman, right? So nobody has give a rat's ass, right? So Halle Berry played Catwoman in a movie called Catwoman. That movie sucked, right? Well, way before even Idris Elba played James Bond or whatever character it is, but I remember when George Clooney, if Michael Keaton had played the best Batman. I mean, if Idris Elba would be Batman, I mean, doesn't matter whatever it is, Idris Elba would take a shit on George Clooney if it wasn't for replacing Val Kilmer to Idris Elba, and then Idris Elba played a better Batman than Clooney, right? That's just a suggestion, right? So, with all this fuss, it happened with James Bond. Thank goodness, let's hope that this Little Mermaid thing would be toss it out in the trash with the Idris Elba as James Bond thing, right? So, they had it happen with Will Smith. Will Smith gonna play Superman. Right, Will Smith playing Superman. So am I just saying, yes, leave that aside. Same thing. What it is, they do that. I think they did that with Asian characters playing, being whitewashed, being put, white actors portrayed as Asian characters. Right, that also happens that much. So nobody has gave a rat's ass about Aquaman. Aquaman being a blonde guy in the cartoons or in the comic books, at the end up being some brunette, some Samoan guy, right? So, or Pacific Islander guy, whatever. Or let's put it this way. Tell me about if Jason Statham is Blade. Let's say they remake Blade. I remember Wesley Snipes played Blade. Let's say if they make Blade again and Jason Statham plays Blade, would you give a fuzz? Would you give a rat's ass if Jason Statham is Blade? Would you also give a rat's ass if Scarlet Johansson in the next X-Men movie, Scarlet Johansson plays Storm? Would you give a rat's ass if Scarlet Johansson plays Storm? Well, if Scarlett Johansson plays Storm, let's put it that way. Next X-Men movie, Scarlett Johansson plays Storm in the next X-Men movie, right? Well, would you give a rat's ass? Who might be giving a rat's ass? So, but yes, people has given a rat's ass on choosing Halle Bailey to play Ariel in the Little Mermaid remake, right? Why do they give a rat's ass? Not because she sings very well, even though they would have choose Ariana Grande, and Ariana Grande would, color her hair red, but hey, put it that way, that would not be giving a rat's ass, but they just give a rat's ass about Halle Bailey because nothing is perfect. Kristen Dunst was a blonde and she played Mary Jane Watson, right? She played Mary Jane Watson because of this, right? I mean, to all of you on YouTube, if you want us just saying giving a rat's ass with all the fuss about this thing, right? I mean, with all the fuss, right? Would you have give a rat's ass about you know, if giving a rat's ass about Ariel, right? Keep on giving a rat's ass, or you do other hashtag, not my Ariel, not my mermaid, or whatever. Okay, put it this way, we're gonna have Batman. Would you give a rat's ass if Kelly Rowland from the Destiny Child, let's say the Destiny Child becoming 2 people in the Destiny Child would be the next Batman movie? Would you give a rat's ass if Kelly Rowland as playing the role as Catwoman? Would you give a rat's ass about Beyonce Knowles playing the role of Poison Ivy, right? Okay, keep on doing that and you will have this. I mean, let's put it this way, let's get 3 or let's get out 4 characters in the Marvel universe. I don't know if Blade is Marvel. Would you give a rat's ass about Jason Statham as Blade? Would you give a rat's ass about Scarlet Johansson in the next X-Men movie as Storm? Would you give a rat's ass about Scarlett Johansson as Storm? Okay, now keep on pushing Ariel. Toss Halle Berry as Ariel in this stuff, right? DC Universe now. So Batman, alright? We all love Batman, right? Would you give a rat's ass about let's put it, the 2 members of Destiny's Child are gonna end up in the next Batman movie because of you people putting hashtag not my Ariel and not my mermaid, right? Would you give a rat's ass about Beyonce as Poison Ivy? Would you give a rat's ass about Kelly Rowland as Catwoman? Okay? Put this like if you're saying I don't give a rat's ass about Kelly Rowland as Catwoman. Whoa, yes, I don't give a rat's ass. I don't give a rat's ass about Beyonce being Poison Ivy. Put it, I don't give a rat's ass. If you do give a rat's ass, yes, I'll give a rat's ass about Beyonce, about Poison Ivy, or Kelly Rowland as Catwoman, or Scarlett Johansson as Storm, or Jason Statham as Blade, right? You just put that giving a rat's ass, alright? So anyway, I was thinking, if to the support of you people, I was thinking of going to Comicon. Even Justine is doing her Escape the Night thing. I'm thinking of going to Marvel MCU. I'll be Wolverine. Justine from iJustine would be doing a cosplay of Storm. That way, if Justine is Eric doing even though when in Miami they're gonna have a Comicon, Justine Zarek from iJustine does a cosplay of Storm on support of the new Little Mermaid, right? I will play Wolverine. Justine becomes Storm, right? Justine becomes Storm from the X-Men. Yes, Justine from iJustine cosplay as Storm from the X-Men, and probably, if there's a new X-Men movie, probably she'll be Storm in the actual movie. So please subscribe to the Embargo Man channel. Peace out, everybody. And I know this person talking about Ariel will put it that way. Scarlett Johansson plays Storm. Jason Statham plays Blade. But that might be a possibility. But there's one big possibility, as you're gonna see Beyonce as Poison Ivy in the next Batman movie, and Kelly Rowland as Catwoman in the next Batman movie. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, folks. Take care.